Automotive shop YouTube channel. Today we have actually found this old gem of a mower on the side of the road. Doesn't look like a whole lot. I got some plans. It does have a 12.5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton on it. Let's go ahead and come in here. Main goal today is going to be trying to get this thing up and going, or at least over the course of this particular weekend. We got the next 2 days to try to get this thing to run off the original. I think it might be an original 12.5. I think it may have had a motor swap. I think it's a 311S snapper high vac. I believe this particular one, based off of the logo here on the front, did a little bit of research on it. It looks to be like an 80s into 90s, more late 80s, early 90s, but as you can see, very rusted, been sitting a long time, does have an electric start. Haven't looked over it too much yet. They already see that we're going to need some fuel lines and stuff, which we got some stuff already here in the box. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at some oil here. Give me 1 second. Alright. So, this mower comes with a really cool story behind it. Pretty much what was going on, we were driving down the road, and it was on the side of the road for obvious reasons. No other cool story. It was trash that somebody already knew it was not worth probably messing with. So, is the motor probably stuck? More than likely. So, we got some PB blaster over here in the box to go ahead and try to oil down the cylinder while we look into getting the top end apart, so we can try to rotate this over by hand. Take a look if our starter is any good anymore. Looks like oil pressure, or not oil pressure, the kill switch is still hooked up. Figure out if we have any spark maybe. But yeah, we're going to try to not have to buy any parts. We will probably be taking apart the starter, which is heavily rusted, so I'm probably going to break some bolts there, which may kill this project pretty early on anyway if I can't free up a starter if it happens to be dead. I'm assuming the starter's probably no good. I mean, come on. I don't even know if I can get the actual lead off of the starter, and it's bad. I'm aware. I give this 60%. I'll give her a 60. Let's go ahead and take some look at the oil here. Good spot to start. And she's low. Do I got a rag? I do got a rag. Super low. Because you are usually, I know on four-wheelers you're supposed to just set them on there. You're not supposed to thread them down. But definitely smells like gas. Let's go ahead and pull the spark plug over here. This is a single cylinder, 12.5 horse single cylinder Briggs. They always praised how reliable these things were. Question is, actually, I can tell you exactly how long it's been sitting. I just saw the sticker on the battery. I don't know if you'll be able to get in there, but if you zoom in, that is February of 2017. I feel like only 7 years sitting, so how bad can a mower get in 7 years? I mean, if it was going in 17, this is late 90s, she ran for theoretically 20 years? I mean, I'm not doing exact math, but it lived for a while. That's all I'm trying to say, guys. That wasn't super tight. I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse. Can't tell. But There's a lot of black, a little bit of rust if it'll focus. I've seen better. Have I seen worse? I have seen worse. I've seen much worse, but I've never seen much worse in a running engine. That's the difference. We are going to, we got some PB blaster here because obviously with rust, I already knew we were getting into something not so great. We'll go ahead and try to clean up that spark plug versus replacing it because once again, trying not to spend any money on this thing. The less we spend, the better off we're going to be. I do have plans whether this engine survives or not for this thing, so let's go ahead and that's where the spark plug came out. So as you saw with how nasty it was, I'm just gonna roughly try to aim and miss. Told you. That smells unique. As I said, we only got this weekend to try to get this thing going, so we'll let that soak in there. Flip us up here. Let's go ahead and pull fuel tank. I did find a key for it already. Electric starts down here, which, imagine that, the battery's dead. Who'd have thunk it? I'm glad that came off. I probably should have checked that. I just saw that the fuel line wasn't hooked up, and oh, the petcock. Cool. We do not need that where we're going at this time. This ain't good, guys. This is bad. How does this thing get bad in that few years? It's insane. I don't even want to touch this thing. Like, you see that? On the outside, that used to be the old pre-filter. You can even see some rust in there, so she's got some water in her. Even though it doesn't look like there's water in there, though. Let's go ahead and pull this upper shroud off so we can get closer to that. Whatever you want to call that. -1 bolt. That's a good start. Rounded off rusted bolt. Check my socket. Cool, I got 1 bolt. There's so much rust in there. Damn. You see here is just a bunch of nasty debris. A lot of rust built up on the starter wheel. I shouldn't be doing this. I'm gonna hurt myself. We need to get the oil fill off. We have a bolt stuck over here that we may have to cut off. Besides that, looks like this cover's about ready to come off though. So let's see if we can do something about those. When in doubt, hammer on one socket size smaller than what you're working with. I forgot to film that because I didn't want to smash my fingers in the process and I just never hit the button. But you'll see here, everything else is 10 millimeters on this. This bolt was so rusted, All it took was a little bit of hammer persuasion to get the 9 millimeters shoved right there. 9 mil. Definitely not a 10. Can I get the bolt out is another question. Probably not, but hammer on the engine block. Yeah, we can't get out the 9, so good thing it's a 9. It don't matter. How often do you use a 9? Only when your 10's not big enough. Or, no, you only use a 9 when your 10 is too big. Or when you have rusted 10s, rounded 10s. There's a lot of uses for a 9 millimeter and a hammer. Probably keep one around. Let's see if we can get this cover popped off now. So, as I was saying, let's see if we can get this cover popped off. That got us oh so far. I'm thrilled. I was actually hoping not to have to deal with the screen. That's tight. That's tight, man. Let's pull off a little air shroud. Oh, it's not a 10. That's 12. We're an 11. Alright, so now the goal is going to be, we got to get this upper cover off right here. It's 3 Torx. Other possibility is a pry bar down here on these teeth across one of these. Don't recommend it usually, but let's be honest. If you look here, in here, she's tight. She's tight. So let me find a Torx bit. We'll pop this off, see if we can get access to the bolt going down from the top. If we can, we'll put a breaker bar on it, try to work her back and forth, see what happens. If not, we'll try to get a pry bar onto the flywheel, see if we can get it to inch back or forth or anything at all. If it's locked, I don't know how much we'll be able to do. I can try jacking it up, tilt it on its side, try filling it up with some more PB blaster, let it soak overnight. See if it can get past the cylinder wall or the rings, because I'm assuming the rings are stuck with how that looked. A little bit of rust and moisture on there. A valve more than likely was held open whenever it was parked, which allowed the moisture and everything to get inside and kind of lock everything up. Or at least that's my assumption. I did peek in the hole. The piston's too far up, though, it looks like, for me to be able to get a camera or something down there right now, so I wouldn't be able to see a whole lot. I do have a cheap one that we can use, but it's not going to be able to see anything yet. If we get some movement in there, we'll see what happens, but I'll shut up. We'll get to it. Nothing sounds good in there at all, but alright, let's put a battery on it. Alright, so I have a snap-on battery going to the battery at the jumper. Key is on position. Theoretically, if I hit the start button, I think it should turn over. It started to. I should have filmed it. I was trying to film it. I filmed me hitting the button instead of me pressing the engine. Because it turns that way. Now that I know which way she actually turns over. so much stuff that's getting kicked out from under here. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something down there holding it up. Let's clear out all this poo. She wants to turn over though. Kind of more than I was expecting out of it, to be completely honest. Doesn't sound good. I don't know if she's got compression, but got a few tight spots, but only really through there. And then she'll free. And then, oh, I heard compression. Clean some of this stuff up too. Grease it all. Oil it all. PB blast it all. Come on, girl. Oh. Come on, big girl. You can do it. Fucking awesome. Can we get a spark plug on that? There's the old nasty thing. Can we get a spark check? I haven't even cleaned the plug yet. See if we can get a good... You guys saw it here first. Because should be able to look for a spark right here. If she'll turn over. She's going to be a little bit like this for a while until everything gets worn in. But it's getting there. We got a spark! Yes! Will this thing actually run? Will I pour a little bit of gas in it? Give me a second. I'm not even going to clean the plug. Not going to do it. Why? This thing's going to live, isn't it? This freaking thing's going to actually live. Not doing too bad yet. Alright, so the motor was still pretty tight, so I went ahead and pulled out the plug again. I'm just spraying PB blaster into the plug hole. And then I do have it hooked up to the Ranger that you can probably hear it running behind us right now, just so we can actually operate the starter and everything. Try to get some stuff moving here. Sounding so much better the more it spins over. Let's go ahead and throw the plug back in it. Give it another shot of gas. Actually, we won't give it gas yet. We'll just see if it'll turn over with the plug in it. See if that starter has enough torque, or if the starter is on its way out. Or seems to be doing better than last night. This is Sunday now, so I am into day 2. I know I didn't spend too much time on it yesterday, but it's all right. Plop that back in there. Let's hit the starter. we might have to try to take the starter off, guys. We take the starter off, give her a good cleaning. We might have a shot if we can get this bolt off. She's backfiring. She wants to live. Just isn't enough. So close. Alright guys, we're going to pull this upper portion off, get that out of the way so we can get a better fuel shot. We're going to find a ketchup bottle to put fuel into to try to fill the bowl of the carburetor so we can see if the carburetor will do anything. We'll have more direct access to fuel into the carb. We'll do that first. We'll give her a few turnovers, see if we get anything out of it that way. If we get it, awesome, great, we'll leave it at that. If not, we'll see if, I'm going to PV blast the connectors and the bolts on the starter to see if we can go ahead and get it off. If we can, a couple bolts on the back to drop the back side out, hopefully. That thing is hot. And if we can do that, maybe grease up the internals of the starter and see if we can get something to actually flow a little bit better, loosen up. It's close. It wants to. Or I lied. I just locked it up. Nah. She's just she's just quirky, right? It needs attention. That's what we're working on. All right. Give me just a little bit. Alright guys, we're back and recording this time. So what we got going on here is I pulled the feed off the carburetor. Got that pulled off. I figured out why the gas smells like oil. There's a PVC valve, PVC breather valve that feeds into here. And my guess is people's been dumping fuel in it like I have been, which has been putting gas into the crankcase. So we will eventually change that, or add to it at least. What I did discover though is, let's get you guys brought around here. The carburetor is seized. Like, worse than I was honestly expecting initially here. We'll come up over her. I've already went through, PV blasted everything. The linkage is just neither. That one's actually just got a little bit of movement in it. Sorry, not sure if you can see that there. It just started to get a little bit, but all that linkage for the governor, all through down this particular rod, right down in there. It's kind of hard to see, but let's fix that then. You can see him going vertically here, down into the bottom, into the pivot. That's the governor that runs the max RPM for this. So there's a few things jammed up down there. I do have it soaking in PB Blaster to try to see what we can go ahead and get done. But it is, she's trying. I had to plug back out of it, trying to free it up some more. That was pretty good actually for this. Maybe the best one I've done yet. But remember, spark plug is pulled out of it right now, just so things can start to free up. That's let's go ahead and add some old ATV oil. That's got some, we're actually going to be adding bearings to this engine. I know, hard to believe, but it's not the way you would expect normally. So, I got this old four-wheeler over here that's got some internal issues. It's going to be better than not having anything in it. I know it was low. I shouldn't have been turning it over as much as I did. That shot's worth an extra $5. Or at least a subscribe, guys. Come on. plug in her. See how bad she turns over this round. Rub it off on the pantalones. Come on, old girl. See what you got. Show me what you got, what you really, really got. I don't expect it to try to fire off yet, as I do not know where my ketchup bottle is. None of them. I have 3 of them. Wake me up inside. Evanescence? Anyone? That gives me a little more hope, guys. Let's figure out this fueling situation really quick, because it's not great on the carburetor side. Alright guys, so we got some gasoline in a bottle. I did find a jumper box so we can try to get a little bit more power out of this whenever we go to start turning over. So, start off, we'll give the Carby a squirt. Way too much. Always way too much. Booster on. Can we get a pow pow? Fire in the hole. Come on. That was anticlimactic. You were doing good. You're doing better without the jump pack, actually. Is that interfering? No, there is a fire. Not here. Because we have our plug is back in it right now, but come on, buddy. You're right there. Come on, free up just a little bit. Got a mild idea. 2-stroke oil. Lube that top in. Come on, big girl. Come on. Doesn't feel that tight. Try something. It's not right, but really quick. Fuel. The carburetor's probably not going to do anything. Still going to fill up the line. Why? Hopes, prayers, dreams. Hope. That's obviously not going to work. That's going to take too long to do anything. So now that I got an oily, gassy hand, that's always fun. Let's go play with electricity and sparkaroos. She's getting tired. We had a couple. Let's let things cool down and stop smoking before things catch fire. If we can get this thing to run for just a few seconds, I think it's going to loosen up a lot of stuff. She's just not happy. She's tight, the carburetor's trash. Try tossing it in the ultrasonic cleaner inside, see if it frees up anything. I can't get the bolts out of the top of the starter with how rusty they are. So I can't get the starter off to try to even rebuild the starter. I mean, that doesn't mean it's no good, but we already know she was locked up, so how much do we want to put into it? I know I can get this thing to live. We've already heard it go pa-pa-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa. I just don't feel that tight. It shouldn't be. That starter's just no good. I don't think it can spin that fast. Starter got stuck. Woo! Can we do it again? Did it run? Yes. Will it run again? I can't make a promise. Yes, it will run. Alright, now that we know that it runs, what's your guys' thoughts for it? Do we just try to get the deck and everything moving where we can still use it as a brush hog? Or do we try to, I don't know, predator swap it or see what we can do with a stock engine? Do we turn it into a wheelie mower? Let us know what you guys think down below. And we'll be obviously seeing it again because I do want to drive it. So we'll do a final few cleanups, hook up some linkages and stuff later and take it for a test drive. But let us know what you'd like to see done with it, and we'll see what we can do. No, is it going to start today? Should be in neutral. They pushed it.